Welcome to this challenge number 37. As a regular data parsing, the difference is we actually don't start to play with XML file. The most common you get nowadays is JSON file because it's REST API through web application. That's the most common compact way of writing data. And there's other maybe Packet. But for us, historically, you may have XML code, and that's more often used. So Alteryx in the backend, even Tableau, I think, probably case package with XML. So actually, I can show you because I enabled the workflows. So here, yeah, on very small side, each tool in the backend in Alteryx is saved as XML file, which you have used. What's that? Can't remember what the bracket, this type bracket is called. So XML, you have extended Markdown file, I think. Extended Markdown language. Either way, it's very like it's like HTML. So you have the tags nested each other and to pass out. So for us, what we have is remote data. We can see we have some data. It's repeating. We don't probably need this guy. XML is the one we're looking for. The final answer, we get in total of 10 rows. So that's 10 data points, 25 columns. We do get those 5 come from the original input. So that's okay. That indicates when we pass the information out, we probably should expect to get 20 columns. In terms of header, we notice everything here is about billing. So probably you have billing going down the levels. Then you have a separate part called shipping. So let's look. You have a billing first name, shipping first name. So Laura, so okay. So because the people pay for it and people receiving, we have a different contact. So you are set probably 10 column in that case for the billing, 10 column for the shippings. Yeah, everything else seems to be repeat. And also, I've downloaded a sample for the one of the entries. If I open a VS Code, you can probably see the structure better. Going down. So as we would expect, we have a bills to and bill to and a ship to. So that's a two chunk of data. Bill to, you have two separate layer. So you have a contact layer, but nested batch. One for contact, one for address. 4 rows for contact. How many do you have? 6 rows for address. So that in total gave you the 10 columns. If we go down ship to, you have probably seen, oh, that's 6 rows for address, 2 rows for contact. What's the difference between here? Your phone and email. So maybe one of the contact probably have phone and email as well. Reference didn't notice it in the final answer. You can pass out if you need to, but we'll keep this test. Yes. Okay. So we know we have the nested structure we're looking for. First thing, let's just get rid of the rearrange column bit. In the input data set, we do have order ID, which seems to be unique. That's good. In that case, we don't need to generate our own record ID. We don't need the purchase and shipping too. It's going to code the final part. So let's move to the bottom. That should be fine. On top, Alteryx have XML parsing tool. Unlike the JSON tool, XML parsing has a lot more options, which become a lot more fiddlier. The default sometimes work, but usually it's not to the intended format. Actually, let me just click on the root value first. So the root value, the top layer, you can see it's 1, bills 2, and ship 2. So that's 3 separate things. We get 3 separate column, reference and file. So get the reference ID out. Bills to and ship to. You can clicking in return the blank results, which is a bit annoying. The root itself is customer, then EM3 nested. So in that case, root not suffice. We probably need to return the out XML in this case as well. Mhm. So the reason for that is so this including the output that corresponding that. Let's change the payment color for the green. You will customer. Uh, let me prove this better. So we have if you select the including output, that means that corresponds to this bracket. Your XML code is kept. Now because we also select let's say green, we want the root field. So the root field customer myself is the root. Then we have reference, deals to, and ship to. Then we have one more color, but we also returned the child value. So for the child value, regarding the customer, the child value is your, uh, yeah, so that's the reference value, the bills to, the ship to, that's your child value. Then if you select, I think I'm running out of colors. The last one, let's use return out XML. The reason I want to select that, as you can see, that's those columns. Because in the blue column, we do get our child value, but in the child value, it does not have information inside. So we have to keep the out XML. Then we can continue to pass from the out XML to get even nested structure. This probably take some time to understand the structure. Once you figure out the background error, um, it's useful, but when you try to learn it in the first place, it's always a bit annoying. Usually, I would say you can specify the specific field you want, or you can just come to me. Usually, I will do it. I always include the out XML, even though it's a bit the basis look long and necessary, but sometimes it's easier. You have a data layer, you can also pass out continuously by yourself. Okay, so that's it done. Let's have a look. We can probably select our column first, just to clean things a bit, because we have a first layer. So for the first layer, all the number is grouped by IDs. Fine. Reference is like top layer. It's not needed in the final output, but we keep as it is. Then for the next chunk, we'll builds to and we'll ships to. So they have very similar structure. We're gonna keep that as it is as well. Let me just drag that. So it's easier to select the step we want. So first, just have one build to the out XML. Then this should be ships to out. Yeah. Because once you have the XML file, the column, it's easy to do the next step. You basically just start to rinse and repeat. So the top column is fine. We have all the ID files join on that field. Now the bills. So the fields we have two nested. One is the contact, one is the address. For that, let's XML, let's drag in again. Let's try something a bit different. Going to build to your contact, that's one lower down. Let's actually run the default, let's see what you get. So it's the build x2. And how many columns again? I'm getting my 10 columns. That's pretty good. You go to the address, and that's unfortunate, but that indicates that there's another layer for the address. Yeah, so the address part didn't do anything. What I did is I think I reached the first nested contact, then pass out the four parts for the contact only. So you get, nope, I was wrong. What did they pass out? See, they get in the lines, so line sequence, you got this one. So they pass the first address, city, provision, province, postcode, and use. So they pass out the address field. They skip the contact. Oh yeah, probably because they sort alphabetically. That's what they did address first. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me try this. Contact instead. So rather than for the tool itself to search down into the XML path, you can specify the particular. So for us, it's contact. Do we need output? We don't actually need output. Child value, yes, we want child values. Alteryx now, we don't need. So that should drop the blank column. No, that doesn't. I really don't understand what blank is. We get our stuff. That means we can rinse and repeat. Easy can do in series. Get an address first, then the next one, because you can always keep the XML code as in the output. Oh, I'll probably should both ways. So we can specify this. I think it's address. So getting, see, I don't think they wanted the line sequence. That's probably indicated when you have an address, the first line address, second line address, etc. Do they have a line address? Address. No, there's no number, so they probably just treat us in single line for the moment. Uh, in production, maybe you want to concatenate, or you can group the two address line, different lines. You can activate in a single cell with a new line as a line breaker. Depends on how you want to handle your stuff. With our stuff, well, we don't need the output, so we don't need to build to the base column. Address. Do a join. So we want to join on our ID. So the left hand side, why the meta information not passed? Let's run it once. I guess XML pass, you haven't passed it yet, so there's no columns available. Okay, now we passed it. We have our corresponding columns, get missing values. For the number is the join term, we don't care. So contact, the base, the blank column, we don't need. So you have 4 for contact, that's good. Then for the address, we don't need the address one. We don't need the line sequence. If it's also fun, that should give us 6 uh, columns. For us, I think the fun answer they call the billing. So let's add some prefix. Ah. So what is it for? 5, 7. The prefix. So these billings G infant. Going to the highlight row, that's fine. That's so that handle the first 10 columns regarding to the billing. We call date. Ooh, that's trading space. That's okay for us for the moment. Now for the second one, for the ships too, let's do a slightly different approach. I'm going to keep the original ship too, so I want to do rather than parallel process, I'll do it in series. I think ship two, you still have the same structure. internship to, you still have contact and address. So we don't want contact. We want to keep the XML one value, that's fine. So that gave us the column we want. Because the ship to still exists, we can do a second time. Still link to ships to. This time we're looking for address in lowercase, lowercase. Show the value in the second layer. We still need it. Probably don't need it anymore. It should keep it. I don't. I think you can make this may produce a duplicate column. Ship to XML. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Da, 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 da. Then the last one, we can run that because we don't need to do join anymore. A regular select is suffice. So we don't need to ship to the basic XML. We don't care. The contact we don't need. Address blank we don't need. Web for lines sequence we don't need. Anything else we need. Those probably called shipping, I believe. Yeah, they call it shipping. Mm, So this case shows the two possible way you can do it, either do continuous series or you do parallel. It just depends on the dataset structure, I guess, and how the things are nested. You can choose how you want to handle your case. Mm, yeah, for the looking at the moment, at least with two-level data, I find probably series is a bit more useful to play with. The last thing, let's just group everybody together. Because the final answer does not have a reference ID, I believe, or the number. Yeah, everything is about address. But we have that, why not just use it for a little bit completeness sake? Because I kept it odd ID is a consistent common join field. Odd ID, deselect, deselect. Uh, yeah, series is probably better because in parallel, only if you run it, you create a column. Otherwise, the metadata does not flow through. It's not easy to manipulate with. Mm, The final answer is how many columns? 25 columns. So you have a 5 base column, then 20, 10 columns each. We'll have. Oh yeah, my base column, yes. Let me keep the one, two, three, four. Yeah, let me keep those base columns. So we expect to be 26, 5 base column, one reference column, then 20 of with a reference, then the rest is bidding, shipping. A lot of trading, white spaces. Oh well, since we're here, maybe I'll just multi-field. So I'll just trim everybody. Maybe. Uh, Good. Yep, and handle all the trading any white spaces in the data set. Okay. So how about you learn something for XML parsing? The similar logic can be used in future when we start playing more of JSON parsing as well. Thanks for watching.